Hello Polk Street friends. In the last video I posted in late June, I shared with you the decision of the Northwest Texas Annual Conference that all United Methodist churches will enter into a discernment process regarding our future denominational affiliation. The discernment process for each local church is developed and adopted by the church council. Well, our church council met last week and adopted our process. In this video, I want to outline for you what our process of discernment will be at Polk Street. Before I briefly outline the process, I want you to know that the leadership of Polk Street is committed to lead and explore this process intentionally, fairly, and methodically. The church council will be honest and upfront about this process of discernment. This process will take at least 6 months to complete through a series of smaller group meetings, a study group of the church council, and a vote of the membership of the church, if such a vote is desired by the church. Our process will begin on Sunday, September 11th, and run 4 consecutive Sundays during Sunday school. We will combine our Sunday school classes and others who are not in a class into groups of around 50 people to watch and discuss a series of videos of leading clergy from around the United States. The first 2 videos will make the case to remain in the post-separation United Methodist Church, while the last 2 videos will make the case to disaffiliate and join the Global Methodist Church. If you are unable to attend these meetings, or if enough people request a meeting outside of the Sunday school hour, we will make every effort to create other groups or to get you the information you need. Please contact the church office at 806-374-2891 if you require a group other than Sunday or you're unable to attend a group. The church council chair, Susie Akers, and me will select and train the proctors for these groups. During these 4 weeks of meetings, the church council has committed to pray and fast for you. At the conclusion of these sessions, we will pause to celebrate the holiday season. During that time, a study group will be formed by the church council to analyze other churches in Amarillo who have gone through these denominational decisions, other United Methodist churches who will make their decisions this fall, and the changing landscape of United Methodism in Northwest Texas. We will then pick back up our gatherings in late January or early February. These last meetings will focus on the details of continuing in the post-separation United Methodist Church or disaffiliating and joining the Global Methodist Church. During these 2 weeks of meetings, the entire church will be invited to pray and fast together. At the conclusion of these meetings, a straw poll will likely be conducted to determine the church's desire to vote on disaffiliation or not. If a vote on disaffiliation is desired, then a church conference will be called with our district superintendent presiding. At that church conference, all professing members will be invited to come to that meeting and to vote. Paragraph 2553 of the United Methodist Book of Discipline states that the decision to disaffiliate from the United Methodist Church must be approved by 2/3 majority vote of the professing members of the local church present at the church conference. This means there is no allowance for proxy votes or electronic votes. Members must be present and voting for it to be a valid vote. We ask that you practice patience, grace, and love throughout this process. We understand this is a very emotional process and decision for most people. We will all handle our emotions very differently, so please show grace to one another. We know that many people have already made up their minds regarding the decisions before us. We ask 2 things of you. First, please keep an open mind as we discern God's will together. God may not be done revealing His will to you. Second, we ask that, as much as possible, you refrain from openly lobbying for your side. The temptation for many of us will be to divide into factions and rally together. This kind of action will not be helpful to discern God's will for our church. Others have not made up their minds and are just now beginning to wrap their minds around the United Methodist Church splitting into 2 separate denominations. To you, we also ask 2 things. First, follow the discernment process that has been adopted. We believe it will help you to discern God's will. Second, please ask questions to the leadership as you have those questions. We hope most of your questions will be answered through the videos we will watch in September, but if not, do not hesitate to ask the clergy or members of the church council. In the coming months, I will be releasing more videos answering the questions we are hearing and responding to feedback we are receiving. We are committed to making sure you, as a part of Polk Street, receive the information you need to help you discern God's will for this great church. I look forward to the coming months of prayer, fasting, and discerning God's will. May God share His will and grace with each one of us. God bless.